But Norwich is very direct, sober writer, but he allows himself occasionally to get poetic in this book. And I thought this paragraph where he introduces Sicily early in the book was very good. I will read for you. Let me read for you what Norwich says about Sicily. So I'm quoting now. The island of Sicily is the largest in the Mediterranean. It has also proved over the centuries to be the most unhappy. The stepping stone between Europe and Africa, the gateway between the East and the West, the link between the Latin world and the Greek. At once a stronghold, observation point, and clearinghouse, it has been fought over and occupied in turn by all the great powers that have at various times striven to extend their dominion across the Middle Sea. It has belonged to them all, and yet has properly been part of none. For the number and variety of its conquerors, while preventing the development of any strong national individuality of its own, have endowed it with a kaleidoscopic heritage of experience which can never allow it to become completely assimilated. Even today, despite the beauty of its landscape, the fertility of its fields, and the perpetual benediction of its climate, there lingers everywhere some dark, brooding quality, some underlying sorrow, of which poverty, church influence, the mafia, and all other popular modern scapegoats may be the manifestations, but are certainly not the cause. It is the sorrow of long, unhappy experience, of opportunity lost and promise unfulfilled. The sorrow, perhaps, of a beautiful woman who has been raped too often and betrayed too often and is no longer fit for love or marriage. Phoenicians, Greeks, Carthaginians, Romans, Goths, Byzantines, Arabs, Normans, Germans, Spaniards, French, all have left their mark. Today, a century after being received into her Italian home, Sicily is probably less unhappy than she has been for many centuries. But though no longer lost, she still seems lonely, seeking always an identity which she can never entirely find. End quote. Very beautiful passage, almost poetic. That's an especially poetic passage. She's usually more prosaic than that, but very fun book to read. I recommend.